But it's crazy because I think because we're not connected to maybe our some of our ancient cultures here that have a value system, and we've been grown up in this hip hop culture. Now our values are just gone.
Yeah. I think you bring up a good point there about talking about. I don't like calling it the hip hop system. I don't blame hip hop. What I blame is this just. In the way I explain it, it's like. It's not that other cultures don't have negative things about it. Like you said, like, white people, Asian people, Latino people, they all have, issues like that.
Right.
But what we've done is that we've made it cool in the black community to glorify ignorance, essentially. And to glorify and perpetuate, that the things that are actually keeping us from actually prospering, like we're glorifying those things, and it's having a profound impact in the black community. Something that's disturbed me. I'm a big football fan.
Right.
Okay. There are so many players who are being suspended for smoking weed. They cannot stop smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just can't do it. And every single player suspended, for the last 2 years for smoking pot have been black players. And these guys are leaving millions of dollars on the table. Like, they're losing money, hundreds of thousands of dollars a game. Okay, and really hurting their team. Josh Gordon is out, missed a whole season for the Browns last year. Because he can't stay off the weed. And many sports pundits have talked about it. And it's just one of those things, it's like when I see it perpetuated through pop culture is culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, when I see, weed and shit like that being perpetuated and glorified and talked about and shown in movies and TV shows and rap songs and stuff like that, I can't help but think of, that's a correlation of the things like why our youth can't seem to achieve success. They don't value it. They don't feel the pressure to succeed. You know what I mean? Like, because that's not what their culture asked them to do.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we're gonna talk about
the expectations are lower for us.
Well,
we hold for each other. They are.
Well, for some pockets of our people, yes, but I really truly think the problem is versus other races, besides the culture thing missing, we're trying to integrate ourselves too deep and see ourselves as just, I'm not black, I'm American, and I'm part of American culture, and we don't have like a separate type of culture of our own to take pride in and preserve, like like the Latinos, the Chinese, and even the white people who conquered this land. They have a heritage to be proud of, with their glorified inventors of this, that, and the other. It's just we don't have that.
The formation of the country,
right?
That's what they. I think in America, like, there's kind of something we don't talk about, and it's just kind of like everybody else is a something American, and white people are just Americans.
Yeah.
And like,
they're not European Americans.
It just kind of, I don't know. It naturally alienates, at least me personally. But like, I kind of feel like as a country, it naturally alienates us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like, we have these pocket sectors of like, the Latino community.
Right.
But we don't really call it the white community. You know what I mean?
Some people call it the white community.
But like, not really. Like, for the majority, it's not referred to as the white race. It's referred to as the American people, or just America, or just Americans. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, when it comes to describing us, like, we're a something American.
Right.
And I kind of, you know what I'm saying, like that. I think that's how deep the divide goes, where it's like just unconscious, non-intentional, institutional racism.
Yeah. And the point I had actually made earlier with the whole.
That's a strong statement. That's saying like this is their country.
Yeah.
You know, but we just live here.
Well, yeah, and I think a solution to that in a form of financial autonomy. Let's look at how the Jewish people practice economics here. How we were talking earlier about because it's their country and they don't circulate wealth to the whole of the people.
No.
Then it's just I think it's up to us to do it for ourselves.
You think we should do the same?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I've thought about that since we spoke about that before.
Right.
This is something we've talked about many times.
Right.
And I do agree with you that I think it would help black people specifically if that kind of philosophy became very popular.
Mm-hmm.
If black people made a concerted effort to support black institutions, on a large scale, I do think that would help with a lot of social and economic things. I do. I think that it could be beneficial, but then I get concerned, like how I am, is like that kind of deepens the isolation and how ultimately it will play out,
I mean, but the thing is, we have, if we go to a Chinatown or something, like I've seen Asian ran pharmacies with, there's like barely anything in English in there, and you can tell it is made to be catered to their people. Same with certain Latin communities, and I haven't seen pockets of Indians. Oh, but I
mean the whole casino thing.
Yeah,
among Indians is
not
well
like the Native Americans, but like the Middle Eastern.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ones.
I wasn't being PC there.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah.
Political correctness is out the window. But I mean, I'm sure they exist, and they and if not practicing,
I don't think it's. I mean, everyone's kind of noticed at this point, just like some sort of Middle Eastern person owns every corner store and gas station in America.
Right.
It feels like, yeah.
And they keep their their families work there.
Yeah.
And it's and regardless of to the scale of how they work amongst each other, they're always congealing together.
Yeah.
Especially like even here in my building, you have a lot of Russian speaking people here who just keep amongst themselves and just talk to each other, and they look at me funny, but I don't care. But it's
his life, man.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's what I feel like we have to get to. We can't keep trying to have a look for handouts when it comes to the system, because even though I think that if we look, there's been millions and millions of reparations paid to other races of people for other things, and I do think that black people should, but I don't think we are going to.
Do you think that would help now?